Hunted is a brand new Shudder original, I guess it's original. It's an exclusive to Shudder. We'll go with that at least. And this is kind of a spin on Red Riding Hood. The wolf's after, but this isn't a wolf. This is a man, right? We've seen this before. We've seen this before, and we've seen this much better. And that movie's called Freeway with Kiefer Sutherland. And that's Reese Witherspoon, right? Not Alicia Silverstone. Wait, I always get them confused in the past. Which one is it? Well, whichever one it is. It's cool. That's a really cool film. And if people don't know, that's actually it actually has a sequel as well, Freeway 2, Confessions of a Trick Baby, if I remember correctly on that title. I'm about 99% sure, with Natasha Lyonne. That's actually a fun movie as well, and I think that's a take on Hansel and Gretel. But anyways, back to this movie. This is about a woman who is at a bar, and she's getting kind of overwhelmed with like demands from work, so she goes into this bar to have a drink. Some creep comes up and hits on her, and some guy comes over and is the knight in shining armor and shoves this guy away, and she then of course like takes a drink from him, and they start chatting, and then they start go outside and they start making out, and they go back to the car, and things are getting hot and heavy until his friend sits in the driver's seat unexpectedly and starts to drive and won't let her out of the car. And then, of course, this turns into a cat and mouse chase type of movie. We'll start with the positives. I think that the performances, especially from the main villain, the wolf, we'll call him, that's chasing her throughout, is great. I think he's awesome. I think that his performance is excellent. So I'll give that guy credit 100%. I think her performance is very good. Maybe at the end it's a little over the top, but you know what? I don't know what someone looks like when they're at the end of the ropes like they are. You can see it on the poster of the fucking film where she's at. You can expect where this kind of film is going. This is almost like a rape revenge movie. That's what it feels like. That's what it plays out like. But yeah, I really liked the interactions between him and the guy that is helping him. Kind of the backstory with that, and then what is revealed about his dealings in the past with this kind of antics. There's also a really funny line in this that I actually posted my Instagram, where he like hits a guy and a guy's on the ground, and he yells out, "My nose is fuck." He's like, "Oh fuck, my nose is fuck." I thought that was so funny. My nose is fuck. That's so good. But you know what? I didn't care for this movie much. And the reason was, and there is some cool things to it. There is some style to it that makes it a little more unique than the average one of these kinds of movies. That being said, not enough. This film just feels a little too cut and paste. It feels very been there, done that. And it just brings nothing to the table for me that I haven't seen before. I don't think it's a bad movie. I was talking to a buddy of mine who had also seen it, and he said it was garbage. I disagree with him. I definitely do not think this is a garbage movie. I think that if you're into that like cat and mouse, the girl out in the woods, guys are chasing after her, kind of movie, this might work for you better than me. I don't mind those kinds of movies, but I just need the vengeance to be a little bit more like I have to live vicariously through it. I have to I want to sit through that and get something out of it in the end. And while that might happen in places, it just isn't good enough for me. For the catharsis, that's what the word I was trying to think of. I was like, catharsis. That's what I'm looking for in movies like this. And there's just, I don't know, I didn't get that cathartic feeling from it. And it's just so redundant of things of the past, and that is a big crime to me. Now, if this is the first time you're ever seeing a movie like this, this might work for you much better, since you won't be like, oh, seen that before, seen that before, seen that before, seen that before, so on and so forth. So it's repetition of it's aping of its predecessors is my biggest issue with the film. And I don't know if that's the film's fault or if it is me, the viewer, who's seen everything's fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it really is at the end of the day, because it's whether or not I have enjoyment with it. And I know a lot of the people who watch this are people who have seen a lot like myself and have seen a ton of movies like this. And I couldn't get on board with that stuff. But I did like the rest of the stuff. I did like where it kind of went, and maybe his reasoning for why he's doing that, and we can start to piece those things together like that. So there is some character development for him. But yeah, it just didn't work for me overall. But there's some good things about it. Let me know if you watch it. It's on Shudder. If you don't have Shudder, get Shudder. It's amazing. And they should fucking owe me a check by now. How many times have I blown Shudder on this channel? Even on reviews for movies that I'm not even big on. I don't care. You should have it. Get it. Adios.